Hello,
That was
everyone.
quick.
Welcome back. We are here playing more Waterdeep. So tonight we're gonna start with a little. Before we get into our introductions, we had a poll out on Twitter, which is actually still live. There's 7 minutes left, so you can do what you want. But I'm gonna tell the.
If you're fast.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the results here for the majority of it. So the question we asked last week: Can minotaurs swim? Yes or no? And 82% of you said yes. 18% said no. Jess said the ones who said yes are wrong.
You are extremely wrong, and I detest your opinion.
So that's a thing. I was also one of those people that said no, but I guess it just depends on the circumstances. Because people are like, hey, well, can cows swim? And I'm like, that's besides the point. Like,
Literally not the point we're making right now. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, cows can swim.
Yes, that's true, but again, that's whatever. Hi, I'm Nick. Introductions, just kidding. I am playing Droomstick Harry Pelt, a Minotaur fighter. He is just this lovable guy that is currently cursed, unfortunately, because he makes some really stupid decisions. It's not cursed, sorry. I'm owned.
Kinky.
Not exactly.
I've been branded by.
Wow, you just took that kinkiness up a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Whole nother notch.
No Drumstick was into
It's
branding.
less bad to say you sold your soul to Asmodeus.
True. Okay, so I've been branded
He
by
is what you would
Asmodeus.
call a kept cow.
Jesus fuck.
I have an owner. He's just not on this plane.
Oh.
So that's me. And right now we're fucking fighting pirates, pirates. Yeah, Jess, you want to go into that a little bit deeper?
Hi. I will spun around too far. I love when I get to do shit like that, though.
Pirates.
No, I still detest you for that, Kevin. Hi, my name is Jess. I play Blaze, our celestial pact warlock tabaxi. That is always a mouthful.
Should throw in the full name too.
Okay. Excuse me. The full name and full title is Blazing Fire of the Great Jungle Clan, Celestial Pact Tabaxi Warlock. There we go.
Damn, I'm proud of
you. I need to get that on a shirt.
Jesus.
It'll have to be a long shirt.
Yeah. One of these days, I will make a sweatshirt for all of us when I'm not buried in other things. Yeah, I just dropped a full-on moonblast right on this fucking pirate ship, and I can't remember if it's been dispelled or not.
No,
that one's still going.
It's still going.
The darkness
Okay.
was dispelled.
The darkness was
Yeah.
dispelled. Okay, I couldn't remember. It's been a week,
as
I'm sure most other people have had a week.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
Yeah.
We've just
That
bombarded this ship, honestly, though.
I'm going to pass it over to Sky.
Hi, I'm Sky. I play Lestara, our wood elf sorceress, who is currently in the middle of this ship's deck, fearing for her life. I don't know what's going to happen, but, let's go.
Do this!
Let's do this!
Lestara is the master of social distancing.
Oh, yes. So being around all these pirates.
150 feet or so, that's your bubble.
Alright, let's pass it off to Oliver.
Yeah, I'm Oliver. I play Warren Woodbrook. Human Inquisitive Rogue. And I've just, I think I'm getting the hand of this seafaring life because I just made a leap from our little raft onto the boat with my rapier, which is a very pirate thing to do. Maybe I should think about joining them. I don't know.
Please don't.
I like that as an opening scene. Is Warren has just flipped over the side of the rail after leaping onto this boat. And is like, you know what? I'm kind of good at this.
Oh, he's got to be good at something.
Yeah, I think let's
Oh,
take
damn.
our cafe in Waterdeep and just put it on not the road but the sea. I'm a
Or like a
floating
river barge.
cafe. Yeah, it'll be
I
fun.
mean, no, because not ground.
River barge. There's a game idea in there somewhere.
Pretty sure there is such thing as river bars. Not
River
here.
barge.
Oh, bard.
Right. So like a bar on the barge on the river.
Yeah, we should do that.
I can work with
For
that.
that.
So yeah, that's where we left off last week. Is you guys had just kind of done a little bit of a sneak up on the pirate ship, and got really close to it before you opened fire and alerted everybody where you were at. Lestara is up on the front of the ship with this crowd of pirates and actual rats rushing in your direction. There's a moonbeam coming down around midship where the abjuration rat abjurat
God, stop. Please. Death
was
puns.
this is what I need Roy here for. Roy's like the puns flow so quickly, and he's a long-time Skaven player for Warhammer 2, so he's already got a stockpile of rat puns. So yeah, the abjuration wizard had went invisible at midship after getting blasted with a moonbeam. Warren, you leapt first to the side of the ship, then up over the rail onto the ship's deck, near
Yep.
where all that was going on.
Yes.
And you just got this glinting glimpse of the wizard rat who had just gone invisible the second your feet hit the deck. So you know he hasn't gone too far.
Right.
Drumstick and Blaze were still over on the rowboat
Yes.
Yes,
fighting
we
a
were.
pirate.
I blasted him into the water.
Oh, that's
and that
right.
Was
You ejected him into the
fantastic.
water. Yes, rat and weapons went flying in opposite directions, and he's a few feet off the side of your boat.
Just keep beating him over the head with a fucking oar.
So that's where we start. And Blaze, you were at the top of the initiative order last week.
Oh shit.
Lestara, you're up next.
So this bitch just not. Wait, I can't even tell that he went invisible, can I?
You know that he's invisible,
Okay.
but you don't know where he's at. You have experience with the invisibility spell, so
Yeah.
you can cast it and move around and be somewhere else fairly quickly.
What did I think I had? Oh, because it's not this character I have, and I have see invisibility on a different character. And I was like, ooh, where is it?
This one time I can use it.
I'm just. There's other people on the top of this deck, right?
Oh yeah.
There's
Okay.
supposedly a bunch of people rushing for Lestara, who is probably not the best person to have a bunch of people rushing towards.
So can I just like zoom my moonbeam like to sit like right in front of Lestara? So anybody coming at Lestara has to pass through it?
Yes, you can put the massive beacon of moonlight directly in front of the shadow sorceress.
Oh god.
Sorry, it's to protect your ass.
You just hear Lestard start screaming. It's like, are you hurt? No, it's just scary.
Ah! Bitch, it's to protect you.
Okay, so yeah, and now the good part about that for Lestara is you're up at the front of the boat, so there's no one behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And then this moonbeam just comes and slides across the deck, coming towards you slowly but surely. Possibly more frightening than the rats that were rushing you. And that ends a few feet in front of you.
This is
yeah,
how I
Jess
die.
is jumping in. Jen is jumping in.
I'm already here,
Oh.
Kevin.
Okay.
Can somebody
I
tell Yes to her?
misspoke.
I can't reach to my keyboard. I can't reach to my keyboard.
Okay, if Jen's jumping in, I should be able to
My
see
sewing
no problem.
machine is right in front of my keyboard.
Sweet.
So we,
If I can
Blaze,
get
did you have
it
anything else you
right.
wanted to accomplish?
I don't think so. Let me double check my bonus
I believe that does take
actions.
your action to move it.
Yes.
There we go.
Is anybody hurt?
No.
Hurt enough
My-
to need healing?
My pride.
My
No, you're trying to kill me.
As Nick goes through every.
Shut up, Kevin.
Nope, I think I'm good then.
All right,
I'm
then.
gonna
All right.
smash my
Okay.
face back into my sewing machine for a minute. Can you guys hear this when it goes?
Slightly, but it's not super.
Yes.
Now,
yeah.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
now, yes.
So Lestara,
Yes.
you know those guys are going to get fried as soon as they activate. So they've got some pain coming.
Okay, that's good.
What are you gonna? How is this moonbeam looking in your face?
It's really bright. It's kind of blinding me right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Feeling a little exposed, maybe.
Yep, I think I'm more exposed right here than when I popped onto the deck.
Okay. So, how do you react to all of this?
All right, so to all of this, just being behind the moonbeam,
Well,
or when I popped onto the deck at first.
the last 10 seconds of your life have been very eventful.
Yes, they have been.
But yeah, it's your turn. What are we doing here?
Oh, okay. So, after I get over my little panic attack
Mhm.
behind the moonbeam, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm just going to. So this guy's invisible, right?
He's out there somewhere invisible. You don't know where he's at.
Okay. Um,
Do you have sea invisibility or anything similar?
no.
Okay. Why am I getting a
do not.
ding?
Can I
So-
just cast fast phantasmal force on everything on the deck?
You can target one individual with that.
Target one individual. So who would like
Now,
the next?
there is one guy. That one guy who just sliced you up quite a bit. One of the captain rats, swashbucklers, is stat block.
Okay.
One of those guys that just slashed you up pretty good. So he's an imminent threat. If you wanted a phantasmal force on him,
All right. Is he? What is this? This is 10-foot cube. So
phantasmal
it's
force.
60 feet.
Yeah, 60-foot
Oh, no.
range.
Yeah. So he's like 60 feet away from me. I would assume. or
No, he's closer
there.
to 6 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. So I want to blast his ass.
Okay. Phantasmal force is where you create the illusion in his head.
Yeah. So
How do you want to mess with him?
I want him to feel like his skin is being peeled off slowly.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
You should have just said he feels like he's dying from the coronavirus. That would be very on brand for 2020.
Oh my God.
I
Let's
mean,
stick with getting
don't
flensed
they
alive.
feel like that? They feel like that anyway.
Okay, so that'll have an effect on his. He has to make a saving throw,
Okay.
which he fails.
Oh,
So on his turn, he's going to react to your phantasmal force illusion of his skin being peeled off at the same time he's hit with the giant moonbeam.
oh, nice.
Would explain why it's being peeled off, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it's going to make it really hard to disbelieve that it's happening.
Oh my God.
Disadvantage.
So yeah. Next up is the Abjurat.
Abjurat, please.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
does Jen need to roll for where she is?
Oh
in
yeah,
initiative?
Jen, roll for initiative. I can get you in on the turn.
Okay, hang on.
Inish.
Hmm.
11.
Okay. You have not gone yet in this turn order, so you'll be able to act soon. I'm going to have you be on the boat with Drumstick and Blaze.
Okay.
You're in a rowboat off the size of a... You missed the recap.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Mom. Hello, stop. Go away.
What's he going to do? Duration.
Oh God, excuse
Okay, that's what he does. Warren, you're up next.
Okay. So I get to do some stuff that I have not had a chance to do before. I, having landed next to this abjurat who then went invisible, I would like to use Eye for Detail, bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object. So I am making a bonus action perception check to attempt to look for whatever clues that are giving away the location of this invisible wizard, be it like footprints on the deck or like him brushing against someone else.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And
you're trying to track him across the deck floor of a ship in combat.
And I am going to be moving at no more than half my speed this turn, so I am also going to benefit from Steady Eye.
Okay.
Which will give me advantage on that check.
Sure, you can do all this while standing in one place.
Yes. So that is going to be, what am I at right now with perception? Oh, a plus 11. So that's going to be a 29.
Okay. So you saw him go invisible, and tracking like you see like rats getting kicked aside on the deck every now and then. So that's how you're tracking his movement, is by the swarm of rats that are displacing around him.
Right.
And like as you watch him and like this path move, it looks like he's going towards a door, like a hatch to go down below deck.
Okay.
The hatch is currently open, so he would be able to slip through that with movement.
Right. Okay. Can I? How about? Or how far away from me is it looked like he's moved so far?
Maybe 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay. So using half my movement, I should be able to pursue him 15 feet and then be within the 5-foot reach of my weapon. Okay. I'm going to do that then. I will attempt to pursue this invisible wizard and make a swipe at him with the rapier.
All right. You will have disadvantage because he's invisible.
Okay. Oh, that one's going to be a 13.
13. Okay. You find a rat under your blade.
Neat.
Yeah, roll that damage up.
Okay, I'm not getting sneak attack for this one, so that's
not
just
in
going
this
to be
case.
1d8 plus 3. Luckily, that's a good roll. That's 10 damage.
Hang on 1 second. I'm using the wrong page. Okay, so you said there was 10 points of damage?
Yeah, 10 damage.
Okay. All right, yeah. You have blood on the end of your weapon.
Yeah, and I'm basically calling out to everyone who is paying attention and can hear. Like, he's headed this way. He's headed down into the deck. Just so everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah, and anyone who's looking at like see Warren rush out and attack and obviously hit something and bloody blade, etc. The blood on his blade is visible. The blood on the rat is invisible. So the next up is we're just gonna call him Screwed Rat because he's under the moonbeam and the mind of influencing effect. Blaze, your moonbeam is what type of saving throw?
Let me bring it up. Hold on. I was not prepared. I apologize. Where is it? Moonbeam must con 17.
You're hitting the squishy guys in their con save. He's gonna fail that.
That is 5d10. 4, 5. 29 damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have a +5 to damage on it.
How much you say again? 29?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Lestara, add in your D6 damage for the phantasmal force.
Okay.
I see.
Mm. 5.
Okay. The net result of both of these, he basically feels like he's on fire from the
And
moonbeam.
I was gonna say.
Sweet.
Then on top of that, he shifts back into his human form, which is an also painful experience. And then as he shifts back from were-rat to human, he sees all of the flesh on his body just like peeling off in chunks. So he goes into a full-on panic, and is incapacitated by the combined effects.
Good.
Unless he finds some way to solve his mental problems right now, and he's not in a great place for that. He's going to be out of this fight.
Perfect.
There is another rat, however. He's on the rowboat between Blaze and Droomstick. Oh yeah, there's Droomstick.
Hi, I'm right here.
I was just looking at the initiative order. Warren, it's actually your turn though. Skipped. No, we didn't do you.
Me?
Sorry.
Yeah, I just stabbed the wizard. I mean, I'll take another turn.
I got notes from last week that are kind of all over the place here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rat on the rowboat. Ophelia Ophelia, you'll be up next.
Oh.
That's very aggressive, whoever that was.
When a galaxy active vibrates, it doesn't mess around. Anyway, as I was saying, that guy is really intent on doing grievous bodily harm to Blaze. That moonbeam is a problem for him and his kind. So he's gonna kind of go at you with a flurry of attacks. 2 attacks with a rapier, one of which will miss, and a second attack with the dagger that hits. That is going to be a combined 14 damage.
Cry.
Dang.
I'm not muted, right?
No.
No, we can hear
Okay.
you crying.
And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I'm dead.
And I need to make a
Concentration check.
concentration, which is.
Constitution modifier.
Thank you. I couldn't remember. No, 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 no.
Na, 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 na.
16.
All right, you're good.
Just like, you can't stop my moonbeam.
Bitch!
He's trying very hard though.
You think you good, but you ain't.
I'm sorry. That let's put that health back on you. That rat wasn't on the boat anymore. He had been ejected.
Oh. Oh, that's right. He's in the water, right?
Yeah. And he's going to swim away from your boat.
Wait, does that provoke opportunity attacks?
No. He wasn't close enough
Aw.
for that. Not after Droomstick punted him
I
back
basically
into the sea from whence he came.
I yeeted him with my horn,
Uh,
basically.
Okay, we can hope.
All right. So that guy's turn really doesn't amount to very much. Ophelia. You are muted at the moment.
Am I?
Okay, now you're good.
Oh, okay.
So the situation in front of you, really quick. Lestar is up. You guys are on a rowboat.
Okay.
Your ship had been kind of stranded in a storm while doing repairs. A pirate ship rolls up, blocking your harbor entrance.
Mhm.
When you determined this guy was a problem, you guys decided to do a stealth assault on their boat as it was parked out in the end of the bay. You got close enough for spells to be launched. Then it's been a ship-to-ship combat since, and this is kind of like a 50-foot long, two-masted sailboat versus a rowboat that the five of you barely fit in. So ship-to-ship combat on that scale.
Um,
I do have one question for you. You're in a rowboat scenario, and you had time to prepare for that. Are you wearing your armor?
yes.
Okay. Armored cleric in a rowboat. That can't possibly go wrong. Thank you for giving me that.
Oh.
Don't go
Droomstick,
overboard.
you got your armor on?
Me?
Droomstick.
I would
Probably, since I've already made attacks on you.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, no, of course not. No, why would I have my armor on?
Okay.
I was like,
Um,
Drupstick wears armor and he's not bare chested with a loincloth? Maybe
God.
some
No.
shoulder leather armor.
No,
That's pretty much how I
damn, that
am.
needs to happen.
Now,
I thought that's how it was.
the ship across nearby is covered in rats. Hundreds, maybe thousands of rats just going every which way and direction. It's also crewed by a bunch of weir rats. Pie rat.
I hate it.
I hate it so much.
I literally hate it. Kevin, you're a dick.
Pie
I accept this.
rats.
So at the front of this ship, Lestar is pretty much kind of like laughing at this rat that's writhing in pain at her feet. I'm kind of putting a little bit of my influence on there with actual laughter, but it's Lestara doing her thing up there.
That definitely sounds like a Lestara thing, to be honest, though. Like,
Probably. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Warren jumped up midship, chased a invisible wizard down below deck. Droomstick is on the rowboat with you and Blaze. There you go. That's your recap.
Okay. Does anyone around me need healing?
Blaze is taking a couple of hits.
I'm alright, though.
Okay.
If that 14 damage was actually a thing, I
Yeah,
might not
that
be
was
good.
that was a mistake on my part.
Okay.
I would just focus on going ham.
How many were-rats are within reach of me right now?
Well, right now on the rowboat, there are no longer any
Okay.
because Droomstick got rid of him.
oh
Literally.
yeah.
But up on the deck, there are many.
Okay.
There's a good plenty.
The boat you're on is about 30 feet away from the other larger ship.
I'm gonna call upon my spirit guardians to help.
Okay, where are you going to bring them down at?
On the edge of the were-rat ship.
Okay. Front, center, or rear?
Center.
Okay. around the mast area, and then where Warren's rushing below deck.
Yeah,
Are they gonna party with my hound?
sure.
Is my hound still alive?
What was you did summon your hound? It was doing something.
It was
It was
tearing
killing
people up in the
things.
middle.
That's right. Yeah, it was kind of giving you a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll revisit that on your next turn.
Cut this too short.
Okay, I'm casting my Spirit Guardians as a
Alright.
3rd level spell.
And that does what? It's been a little while since I've seen that.
Call for its spirits to protect you. They flit around you at a distance of 15 feet for the duration.
Oh, that's centered on you. Okay.
Yeah. When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. An affected creature's speed is halved in the
Okay.
area.
All right. So what that really does is you bring all these guys up and around you, surrounding the rowboat. And have kind of in a very dramatic way said, if you want to try boarding this again, you have to deal with my friends. And then also your ghost friend. So your boat is extremely secure at this moment. That also causes difficult terrain in water for anyone trying to swim or jump through that. So that's not great.
Then it said, when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Yep. Okay. So approaching you, Blaze, and Droomstick is currently a very bad idea.
Oh my god, yes.
Droomstick.
So currently, there's no one around, and everyone's up top on the main part of the ship, right?
There's a lot of people up on the main part of the ship. We've only been dealing with 3 of them that really interact with party members so far.
Okay.
The other rats are kind of jumping into attention and will be involved very, very soon.
Okay, so I want to try and kind of get up, but I don't think I can. That's the only problem.
You want to get onto the ship's deck?
I mean, you were piloting the rowboat. You could just row it over there,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
which would also take the ancestral guardian.
I think you're still holding one of the oars.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's
what you
right.
beat
Oh
me
my
with.
god, yes, you beat one of the guys with
Yeah,
it. That's what you flung him with.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna do
That's
that.
fucking beautiful,
I'm
Nick.
literally just. It's art. That's what I do best.
I kind of saw him like swinging it around like it was an elaborate quarterstaff.
Oh my god. Yes, so I will do that. Oh, excuse me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna row over basically to the easiest area to get on.
Drumstick.
Yeah.
Have you done much naval work before?
That's a good question. I don't believe so. Not in the past. I believe it was mostly just land soldiering.
Okay.
But I may have heard stories about things.
Okay. So let's say you had time to prepare for this mission.
Yeah.
Is there anything you might have brought along with you?
Whew. Well, I definitely brought rope with me.
Grappling hook.
Uh-huh.
And definitely, yes, probably a grappling hook. That might have been.
There you go.
Yeah, Phil.
All right, so
Kevin's like, "Come on, Nick, you stupid bitch!" Like,
you could have just flat asked me if there's a grappling hook nearby, and it would have been there.
I did not think of that. All right, I'm cool with that. All right, I'm gonna try to use the grappling hook. Yep.
Yep. Yeet that over towards the rail of the ship.
Yeet.
Call that an athletics check.
Yeet. Oh, +9. Let's hope I can get something good. Oh well, I got a nat 20 and +9, so.
Okay, so
you fucking yeet it through the
you
ship.
chuck that thing, and it looks like it's going low. So it actually it hits below the ship's rail, but it just smashes kind of through it anyway.
Yes.
And yeah, not exactly as intended, but extremely effective.
Woo! All right, now that's what I'm talking about.
Now, if you want to give that a good yank, and see if you can pull the boat closer.
Ooh.
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say pull the boat up.
Yeah.
To the-
Just grapple the whole like rowboat up.
I was like, oh,
People are gonna look and
okay.
they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. Now, give me an athletics check to pull that in.
That's going to be a 15.
All right, so you grab this rope firmly attached to the ship, and just pull it hand over fist back towards you, and you're moving over there at a pretty slow pace.
Yeah.
But this cloud of spirit guardians is moving with you.
Oh.
So as you pull the boat with Ophelia and Blaze closer to the ship, that is going with you, and you can see how this is going to turn out in a moment when those guardians can reach the rail.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
Yes. And then to follow that up, it's Blaze's turn again.
Blaze, it's your turn.
Hello. What? Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. So, are we? Can we actually see? Oh my God! How many times do I have to ask? Can we see the deck? Are we actually at the deck now, or are we?
By the beginning of your turn, you'll be at the ship's. You'll be at the boat and ship have now come together.
Okay.
I'm using extremely correct nautical verbiage for all of this. So the boat
Just
and
don't
the
say
ship.
larboard and starboard, and I'll be fine.
The boat and the ship.
Now your rowboat is rather low to the ground, or water.
Okay.
The ship is taller than that, so you've got maybe 10 feet to get up to the ship's rail.
Can I use my tabaxiness and just claw my way up the side
Oh,
of the
yeah.
ship to get
Yeah.
up? Okay. Just kind of fling myself over.
Yeah, and that's barely a. I can athletics check to see how much style you have with it.
That's 19 plus 5, so 24.
Oh yeah. You just kind of like run up the rope that Droomstick's holding.
Whoa. All right. Okay.
Alrighty.
And arrive there on deck with most of your movement still to use as you see fit.
Nice. So, does it look like any of them are going to end up running into my lovely moonbeam?
No, it looks like what the Moonbeam's doing right now is the Moonbeam's placed fairly evenly between Lestara and Warren. So Lestara's a little bit pinned behind it, but it's protecting Warren's back too.
Okay.
So it's in a very defensive place for you
Okay.
guys to
I'm gonna
establish.
leave it there.
Protect
Okay.
the Warren's back.
And we all saw Warren make a shot at.
Yes, you got
Invisible.
Warren's direction that the guy's going below deck.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
I have a question.
I will have an answer.
Does magic missile still?
Requires the target.
So does that mean I wouldn't technically?
You can't see
Okay.
him,
That's
so
what
you
I
can't
wanted
target him, right?
Okay.
And that would hold true for anything that requires most attack rolls. You have to be able to see your target.
Imagine if the magic missile just went like, and then like one underneath. You just hear.
Eldritch Blast just says towards a creature in range.
Yeah, it's not in the.
Okay. So I wouldn't be able to just
it's
shoot
not
an
in the
Eldritch
verbal
Blast at.
description. Well, if you're gonna try to make a ranged attack at a location without knowing what's in it, you'd have a lot of disadvantage involved there. To the point where with a ranged attack, it's not a great first choice. But yes, you can do that if you want. If you want to fire blind into an area and see if you hit something, yes, you can do that.
Yes. Yes. Just do it. I want to see what destruction you got.
Fuck it. You know what? Yeah. Let's just do it.
Fuck yeah,
Okay.
Jazz.
Take those shots.
Do I do it disadvantage?
Yes.
No, you do it with advantage.
Ugh. Oh. That's a 20 and a 17.
Okay, so
So it's
one will
gonna
hit.
be 17 plus 9.
Yep, one will hit. The second one?
14 plus 9.
Okay, and you rolled 2 dice for both of those?
Yes, the second one was a 19 of 14.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you send those bolts right off Warren's bow, and you do make contact with something. You can kind of. There's a difference when a bolt hits flesh versus wood.
Yeah.
So roll damage on those.
16 total between the two.
Okay. All right.
God, when is this guy's concentration gonna break for his invisibility?
Yeah.
They're probably wondering the same thing about your concentration.
I got hit once. This guy's been hit like 3 times.
Yeah. None of them have been hit very hard though. And none of them, they've all been like DC 10 concentration checks. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, sneak attacking against an invisible target, which is where my damage is not going to work.
So, Lestara,
Yes.
your hound's out there somewhere.
He's tearing shit up.
Yeah. You probably lost track of him in the
Swarm of rats.
that or the moonbeam. I would say probably the moonbeam was more distracting for you personally.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for you, but that's kind of the feel I get. So yeah, you can hear your hound, but you cannot see him right now. There's this big bright moonbeam between you and him. Now you can call out to him, give him instructions, tell him what to do. That doesn't even really require an action. I mean, giving commands to a creature under your control is speaking.
Okay.
Unless you're a ranger, apparently.
Well,
Sorry, was that salt?
That was salt.
I think the rules for controlling a pet and companion are a little bit too restrictive, particularly in most cases where the pets and companions are underpowered mechanically. So I'm going to play fast and loose with those rules, so hopefully we see your hound in action more frequently.
Fast and Furious.
So yeah, Lestara at the front of the ship near Moonbeam. You're currently kind of safe-ish because that guy's still writhing in pain.
Cool.
Sorry, was that too evil?
I have to do another check.
Another check?
Yeah, because it's concentration, right? Or no?
You don't need to make a concentration check unless you take damage.
Oh, okay.
So that particular spell, you don't have to do anything for that spell other than maintain concentration. So that concentration ends if you take damage and fail a check, or if you cast another spell that requires concentration.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, that guy's screwed. You don't have to think about him again.
Yes.
All right. Now, is there any way that my hound picked up this guy's scent before he went invisible, or no?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely a thing. Have we talked about where your hound comes from?
No.
Okay. The hounds are like a thing that ride in front of the wild hunt. So when the fairy courts have enemies or criminals or etc., the hunt is sent on them. That's not an experience anyone survives, and these hounds are what makes that so certain. So I would say tracking is absolutely in his skill set.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. So can Can I command him to
Absolutely.
go after the invisible man?
Is that how you want to just
The
go
invisible
after the
man.
invisible guy?
Yeah.
I was really hoping for fetch.
For fetch.
Aw.
All right, so that guy's stats are over on your extras tab. I think I pointed those out to you before.
Okay.
But he's going to make a perception check based on scent because
Which we
he's
have
hound.
advantage on.
Yep. Actually, let's have you roll for him. Let's just make that your choice to roll for. Give me a perception check with advantage. He's +3 on perception check.
Okay.
Unless she is +3 on perception checks. We haven't talked about that at all.
Ooh.
Is it a girl doggo or a boy doggo?
All right. The first one is a 17.
Okay. Warren, have you seen the Hound before?
I
'Cause
think
it's
it's only come out one time before, and I don't think I was really involved in what it was because it was. I think
Okay.
it was during the festival, and me and Dreamstick were
Yeah.
kind of doing our own
Yeah,
thing.
there was a
Yeah, we were
lot of
busy.
busy going on that day,
Yeah.
right? All right, so this wolf creature made mostly of hair, but also of shadow. Rushes right past you and leaps kind of in the same path that those two bolts just went by. And hang on. He's going to use you for advantage.
Tack, tack.
Now I know what it feels like.
Yep, yeah. Wolf pack tactics.
Yeah.
I always forget about
This is
pack
what it's
tack.
like to have an ally in combat. The hound hits and brings the rat to the ground, rolling down the stairs. They're fighting.
Oh,
Sweet.
jeez.
So Warren with a real good seat on this encounter. You see the shadow hound leap for the invisible rat, drive him to the ground, roll down the stairs. About halfway down the stairs, the rat's invisibility spell break. And
Yes.
Good
he
boy
is
or girl.
Or other.
good entity.
Good whatever you are.
So yeah, that happened all right in front of you, and now you can see that this rat and hound are fighting tooth and claw at the bottom of the ladder below deck.
Okay.
So that happened.
Did we all hear that happened?
That was hard to miss. Oh, Lestar, you still actually get your turn. That was just your hound.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, nice.
You did all that by saying fetch or something close to it.
Oh my god. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. You go.
Okay. Now, would I be able to misty step over, like, below deck to where my hound is?
Misty Step? No, you need to see where you're going with Misty Step.
Can I do
But
teleportation?
Dimension Door.
Oh, Dimension Door.
Misty
Dimension
Store.
Door can get you there.
Cool. So, I'm gonna do Dimension Door.
Or Far Step. That would get you there too.
What? Oh, Far Step?
Yeah, that's the level 5 spell.
Oh,
How about
okay.
Dimension Step?
Hang on, let me double check that. No, Far Step also requires you to see where you're going.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Dimension Door.
For those counting at home, Lestara has 3 different ways to teleport, depending on how they're feeling at the moment in time.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna pop up next to my hound.
Alright, so Doggo is fighting with Rat 5 feet away from you.
Nice.
And you, that's the power that your cape gives you. So do you go like full Dracula and blah and like teleport, or
I would want to probably not like that, but probably like it swooshes around my whole body and then it disappear like up in the air.
okay, so you spin the cape just fast enough, you
Yeah.
turn into smoke.
You're going
or
like
something?
full
Yeah.
Dementor.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much
Yes.
full Dementor.
Shadows and fear. That's where you are.
Oh god, I didn't know we were friends with the Dementor.
Oh god, that's why we're always unhappy. No, I'm just kidding.
I feed on your
Now, Droomstick's always unhappy because he sold his soul to Asmodeus, and part of him is currently rotting in hell.
Oh, listen, don't at me, okay? Like,
Bitch, you've been
Um,
added.
So yeah, you appear down there and get to see Doggo being a good boy all over this guy's throat.
Aww.
oh, that's
What a
Aw.
cute
weird.
dog.
Then he gets to go. Okay. So one of the surest ways to get out of a grapple is to
Mhm.
Misty Step. So that'll be the first thing he does. Um, the next thing he will do is he's going to cast a cantrip spell. It's not one you get to see used very often. Blade Ward. He's going to give himself resistance to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage for the next turn.
Oh my god.
Because he knows he's going to be dealing with at least some of that in the very near future. Do they have dump? Warren.
Okay. So where did this wizard Misty step to? Is he still within my sight range at the top of the stairs? Or do I not know?
No, he's somewhere below deck.
Okay. I am going to... Top deck looks like it's pretty much handled at this point, I think.
Yeah.
With everyone
With the
climbing up now.
between the moonbeam and the incoming Droomstick,
Yeah.
the deck is in a situation.
Okay, I'm gonna head down the
Sitch.
I'm gonna head down below deck and see what I see down there.
Okay. Slide down the ladder, and there's not much room down here. It looks like the area you come into immediately is strung up with hammocks and footlocker. There is another section down below that would go to a lower area where the cargo hold would be, but this would be either crew quarters or maybe gun deck if this was that type of vessel.
Right.
Near the opposite side of the room is where the rat is currently standing. He's standing at the bottom of another ladder. Top of that ladder, the hatch is sealed. And then just beyond him, there's a ladder going down to the lower deck.
All right. And how far away is he from where I am? It's
Less than 30 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna approach him, my weapon out, and I'm just gonna say, "Listen, buddy, this probably isn't how you saw this going. The crew can still surrender. We're not pirates. We won't kill you to a man."
He looked, you can see him go, and his eyes go from you to Lestara, who still has smoke coming off of her from a teleportation. And the Hound, who's got still a bit of his flesh meat in his teeth.
Oh my god.
And he's like, parlay?
If you can call off the rest of the rats.
Guys, stop. Please, stop. That's all I can do for the moment. I can maybe give a more vigorous attempt once we reach some type of middle ground.
Guys, please stop.
All right, drop
Hey, this
your.
is good faith.
I don't know, whatever you've got. Drop your everything and put your hands up.
Drop your
We're going up.
pants.
We're going up deck, and you're going to tell everyone that we're surrendering. You're surrendering.
I mean, well, if we can do the first part of this, I see no problems with that. And he kind of, hands up, starts walking towards. He takes like a step forward and looks at the hound. And looks at Lestara.
I mean,
The thing is gonna growl at it.
I can't make any guarantees. The hound belongs to her. I don't know, but as long as you don't do anything crazy.
I don't like that thing. I'm going to go with thing.
Doesn't like you either.
Well, I try to be a good host.
Really?
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, bullshit.
Okay, so if the hound backs off just a little bit, he's willing to step forward. When you bring him up on deck, Droomstick is like leaping over the rail at that exact moment in time with the resounding thud of Minotaur hooves on wooden deck.
So, what's up, guys?
Towards the front of the boat.
The boot.
All of a sudden we were in the Canadian Navy. Is up front. There's a weir rat up there, still sizzling under the effect of a moonbeam, having long since expired. And the rest
I
of
take
the
far too much joy in.
the rest of the surviving weir rat crew are kind of doing like damage control from the things that are either like on fire or extra chaotic. Ophelia, you're still down in the rowboat at that exact point. How do you want to make your entrance onto the ship?
Is the ship close enough to just jump onto or climb onto?
Broomstick left the rope.
Oh, I'll climb up the rope.
Okay, so yeah, very, very utilitarian in your movements as you pop up over the rail. Broomstick in front of you, kind of doing a Kool-Aid Man style entrance as he is wont to do.
Oh yeah.
One cannot enter a scene without a flex. So okay, guys, we should calm down now. We're currently in what we like to know as Plan B, and we all know how Plan B goes. I want everyone to be on their toes and give me your best. Thanks, guys.
Meanwhile, everyone's like fucking dying.
There are like the guy over there is sizzling and popping in the moonbeam.
Oh my god, is the
there's
movie
another guy.
still going?
Yup.
Oh my
There's
god.
another guy over here who's like got like an axe like in his side, the Droomstick chucked over the rail. There's a very wet rat with no weapons coming up over the other side of the rail.
My god.
It's just like a scene of carnage of you guys having made your entrance, and he's just like, this is very morning meeting for him.
Why is it that like I can imagine just like we're talking and we're all like huddled around, the battle's over, the moonbeam is still fucking going, just blasting a hole in this shit.
So, like, I know the moonbeam only lasts 1 minute, but for the sake of comedy, can it still exist but do no damage? Please?
Just like
It's just staying there.
It has gone to cinematic time.
The
Yes.
ship starts like tilting a little bit, like from like the power.
So, who was the captain?
Who the captain was before me, completely not my concern.
Right.
What is critically important is I am the captain now.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
we'll see how the negotiations go.
So far, I
Right.
think they're going very well. You're good at this.
Thank you. I do try. Normally we end up having to kill the person anyways. So you're showing remarkable judgment so far, I have to admit. But it could still go either way.
I did try to run away first.
Yes, that's true. They always do, and they never make it. But most of them don't survive. So,
True.
I don't really know where to go from here. It's rare that we take them alive.
Yeah.
Let's call that an intimidation check.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Can Warren have a help on that since we all agreed with that statement?
I mean, you are kind of like, he's mostly surrounded, his crew's in shambles, so yeah, let's call that an advantage.
Okay.
For various reasons.
Can I
Swarm of
also just
angry
Yeah.
angel spirits.
Can I use guidance
Sure.
to let him have a
Okay.
D4 addition to that?
Well, in
Yeah.
that case, it's still not gonna be great. It's still a 9, even with all that.
Warren,
God, Warren,
why do you
now.
suck?
I'm not
God
the
damn.
intimidation type, okay?
God.
Fucking-
He's got everything like set up there, and like he just ends it with pushing his glasses up on his nose.
Can I make one standing next to him?
I was actually gonna say I have a +5. Should I just let out
Same.
a bellowing
Just
roar?
do something like that. Just ruin it the last minute. Like everything was set up for you. Ball was on the tee. You
Yeah.
swung and missed.
You know what? Like, if that doesn't sway him, I'm just gonna like growl and like you should do the same thing. Like, we should just both growl.
There's-
I'm not gonna growl.
There's the worst
not
thing you
you.
can have in a moment like that. There's a moment of silence. Like, did he just try that?
Did he just suck at that?
Who the fuck are you? Like,
Just turned him and go, what the fuck was that?
it's like
Look,
What did you just try
Warren,
and
did you
do?
just
Let's
break?
just set those angry, messy possibilities over to the side. Okay,
Why?
we know that things like that can happen, but we're not going to talk about the angry, violent outcomes that could have been.
Why?
That could still be.
Uh,
You mean?
so we're not talking about that.
Can I flex?
I'm just gonna point back at the moonbeam.
I know the moonbeam's like still fucking going like wow wow wow.
well, okay, we can start these negotiations by having your crew throw all their weapons overboard. That would be a good start.
Ooh.
Sure, as a measure of good faith, we will do this thing that you ask of. And he takes his like rusty short sword that may or may not be able to be removed from scout, and just like chucks it over the side. See,
No
We're all
casting magic.
we can be friends now.
Yeah, I don't fucking trust you.
Yeah.
Don't cast magic.
Well,
don't.
Oh no.
of course you shouldn't trust me.
Don't
I
fucking
don't
test
trust
me.
anyone. It's how I
Test me,
stay
man.
alive in times such as this.
Right.
Test me.
okay.
Don't fucking test me, bitch! Don't fucking test me.
Well,
May I make an opening proposal?
Maybe.
suppose.
Depends on what you
You
want.
let us go, and we go.
Nah.
You're gonna come
Well-
back.
I'm going to admit that I definitely want all of these weird rats away from me as fast as possible.
We were a very fast ship before someone started putting holes in. Looks at Drumstick.
You should have just not come here then. I'm sorry. That's not my fault. Fuck.
It's your own
me.
fault. Jeez, you're the one who was going to attack us.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Asshole.
We just preemptively striked.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we need some supplies to fix our ship. What have you got on board?
I have many things for sale.
For sale. This isn't selling.
No, this is a negotiation.
Right.
This is a
what?
negotiation to keep your lives.
Yes. What are you
Yes,
offering
lives
us
are
for
on
the
the table.
payment of your lives?
Well, what do you need?
Hamburger.
Whatever.
I'm assuming Warren would actually know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever we need to fix.
How
the
about
map.
how do we call this an intelligence check to see what you remember of the repair list?
Sure.
And this is supposed to be something you're good at, Warren. Please be good at it.
Please.
It should be some. I think it's something you're good at.
I mean, it's just an intelligence check. It's not like I have proficiency in it.
Please.
It's a 16.
Okay, good.
See, you can list off like 3 or 4 things that are on your need to repair list. One of them. Hold on.
What's up?
Okay, that wasn't what I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought I was getting new information about work tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh.
sad.
So you got like the list of like 2 or 3 items that are necessary. One of them is some complex part of the ship's rigging that this ship only has one of.
Great, we'll take it.
But we need that as well. It is essential to our going, which we would
Well-
like to do. We've discussed our going.
Sucks to suck.
You know what? I have a new plan. We go. You can stay. You'll get to keep your lives. You are all pirates in good standing that I'm sure can find some sort of way to replace it eventually. But we gotta go.
We got shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
We
Agreed.
need to leave like 10 minutes ago.
So 200 gold pieces?
Uh,
As starting up seed money for our new endeavor as land pirates, I guess. Do they call them bandits? I don't know. What is it on the land?
Stockbrokers?
Mostly it's dead men.
Republicans.
There you go.
Upper management?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you inspiration for that.
There we go. Yes. I love it.
Surely, for this essential piece of our ship that is
Oh fuck! You scared me.
we barely inconvenience. If I'm going to be humble,
I mean, yeah, obviously that's true.
Yeah, but if it hadn't have been us, you probably would have killed the people on the ship and taken all their shit.
that is not the pirate way. Half the time we run the black sail up the mast, and people are saying, "Hey, take our stuff," and we do, and then we go. We're very good at the going part.
Can I make a history check to determine how truthful that is, whether or not pirates in this area actually are known for letting people go?
That's fair on a history check.
That's going to be a 17.
You know that there's more than a few merchants who would surrender their cargo easily. Particularly since there's a lot of wealthy cargoes which work with insurance companies, and the cargoes are insured anyway.
Right.
That leads to its own pile of different scams where the pirates are in on, etc. But yeah, it's a thing.
And the captain of the other ship did say that usually they just give some of their stuff and the pirates let them go. The only reason this was a problem is because we had absolutely nothing. So, I might take him at his word. Okay, listen. Maybe some sort of deal can be worked out, but not 200 gold. Make a better offer.
Oh, jeez.
199 gold? I keyed. I'm going to be honest with you again, because that's how we build this trust that I told you should never do it.
Right, yeah.
I have to give the crew something, or they want a new captain, and we don't want to have a new.
Yeah, you do seem mostly harmless, I will admit.
You'd have to start this entire negotiation process over again. It would be very much worth time.
And considering how easy it was to subjugate you, if we just let you leave with the ship,
Oh, subjugate.
probably-
You wound me with such large words.
it's probably going to be helpful to the next crew that you run into that we have such a adequate captain as you. Let's put it that way.
Adequate.
You're very adequate.
When you say that, you make it sound like a compliment.
I'm saying that in that you are certainly capable of having the ship move through the water and arrive at other ships. That's true. Yes.
Many, many times I have been called much worse than adequate.
And they were probably all true. But anyways, okay, listen.
Cruel.
200 gold is too much for someone who just lost this badly. But how much do you usually take from these ships that you rob?
It depends what they have.
Right. Okay.
We're
How
very-
about
We're very opportunistic. It's not we go looking for this ship or that ship. We see a ship we think we can do business with, we go and do business. And
okay?
sometimes we buy things for free because they give them to us.
Right. Okay. How about this?
Maybe I'm a merchant, not a pirate.
I would strongly recommend a change in careers because you might make a better merchant than a pirate. Maybe. You would certainly end up probably less dead. I'm going to assume, although I don't know. Anyways, let's start with this.
Less dead. Oh, the smoking corpse.
I mean, the captain is still alive. I'm sure he doesn't care about the rest. Okay, you guys take that rigging down. You put it in the boat. We move it over. I will pay you something, but not the 200 gold. Let's get the rigging moving first.
I know a questionable deal when I hear.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to know a little bit more than something. You might be one of those fellows who would give me 3 buttons and goodbye.
I intend to consult with the captain of the other ship as to the value of the rigging, and then compensate you appropriately.
Then I should keep someone as ransom to make sure that you come back.
You can keep Droomstick as ransom.
Hey.
Or me. I'm not in frame.
Hey.
I'll be your ransom. You need to be ransom.
Yes, the 2 of them. That will work fine.
No.
Ransom, you will come back with price for the rigging.
Droomstick. I'm gonna lean over to Droomstick and whisper, "We can fuck with them."
I don't want to fuck them. They're gross.
No!
Oh.
We can fuck with them! The moonbeam! The
Oh.
moonbeam!
Sizzle, 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 sizzle.
Oh. Okay, I
You
get it
can
now.
go Kool-Aid Man! And flex! And
Oh,
scare them!
Yeah.
Lestara, where are you at?
Alright.
Lestara, where are you at?
Oh, my bad. Where am I at? I came up on top of the deck and I'm just kind of just feeling things out now that I don't have a moonbeam in my face.
Fuck, my phone died.
Alright, so you're like finding the one shadow
Yep, the one
of the
shadow in
mask
the
is casting
corner.
and just kind
It's
of
like
stand into it. Yeah.
it's like I'm trying to recover.
Ophelia, what about you? Where are you placed in all of this negotiation?
I'm just watching it all happen.
Death angels flying around you in
Yeah.
happy little circles.
They know not to cross me.
My hound is more into the action though. No, he doesn't like that guy.
Yeah, he's like going back and forth between not liking that guy and really wanting belly rub.
He's a good doggo.
It's a good doggo.
And like even when he's getting the belly rubs, he's like leaning back all the way so he can still keep an eye on that guy. Like half-hearted, like it's more like the leg is going up in the air, but he's keeping an eye on it. So yes, I will keep these two. You can take those two, and the dog thing, please take the dog thing,
Dog thing?
and I will
Oh.
await your return with an appropriate amount of gold pieces for our rigging that I am selling you.
Okay, we'll see how much they say it's worth.
If you fuck with us, the dog thing is coming back twofold.
Don't
I
don't
fuck with
understand
me.
this, that part of the equation was implied. It is very rude to say it out loud. I now feel threatened.
Good.
Okay, if you want to feel better about how this is going down, you should know that the ship that you are attempting to pirate has absolutely nothing on it but us.
Don't tell
We
the
were
crew.
just being ferried.
Do not tell the crew.
I'm not going to tell the crew that. So I'm just going to say, if you just sit here on your hands or your paws or whatever we rats have and wait for us to get back, you will at least get something out of this, whereas otherwise you would have gotten nothing. So, you know, very shrewd captainry, I will admit.
I am very proud of myself today.
I'm very proud of you too. You've done good.
Who's a good boy?
So yeah, this captain that we haven't bothered to name.
Oh, he needs
I
a
didn't-
name
I don't-
now.
Ratterson.
Captain
I don't
Spack
remember-
Jero.
I don't remember the name of the first we ran into, and I don't intend to remember this one's.
This one's
No.
name is Ratrick.
No, no. Every time I go to name a rat-shaped anything, I always go to one name because there is only one rat worth knowing. Rizzo.
Oh, now you're gonna make me feel bad that we killed all of his people, though. Man.
Yeah. So Ophelia, Lestara, and Warren climb back in the rowboat and go back to the original ship, which is still anchored back in the harbor. Blaze and Drumstick
Yes.
are currently being held hostage.
Quote unquote hostage.
Well, there's a lot of people watching you.
Can I just
And you
make
saw
a
them
casual
throw a lot-
intimidation check?
Sure.
That is a 18 plus 5.
Okay.
Right, just rub it in.
Captain Rizzo is doing exactly as he's told. He's being hay. He's occasionally giving the small order to get the things done. There was a little bit of a kerfluffle that may have led to the ship sinking. Seems like they have that under control. But he's kind of nervous as the two of you are watching over him.
Good. He should be.
Yeah.
Now that things have calmed down on the deck, you didn't quite realize how many of the rats had fled below deck during the fight. But those rat swarms, just the regular sized rats, are reappearing in greater numbers on the deck. They've already kind of gone from that hundreds to thousands kind of category of rat.
I hope.
So you two are kind of like standing side by side under the watchful, beady eyes of hundreds of little rats scurrying here and there.
I'm
What's
like
your-
really tempted if one leaves, like the group, to just.
Like every time your finger goes up to like point in a direction, It's like, have you ever seen like a shark swim through a school of fish and they just kind of like part around it? Like your gaze does that. When you look at something, they're just not being there.
I'm gay, and then it's gone.
I really just. There's that temptation if one leaves the pack to do the cat thing and just whoop, jump on it.
Rizzo was like, excuse me.
What?
I have a request.
Maybe.
And he just like gestures over towards the moonbeam. He's like, is this completely necessary?
Yes.
Juan is very dead.
Did you just say his name was Juan?
Juan is
Juan.
very dead.
Oh my god.
Right,
He was
fine.
like his brother to me.
I'm just gonna
For
move
the
it
last
to where
4 days, I have been closer to no one else.
I'm gonna move it to where Lestar was actually standing, so his body just falls out of it, but it's still there.
Oh my god, ew.
I mean, at this point, he's like full Uncle Owen from Star Wars. I mean, just like not much left of this guy.
Oh my
I said,
god.
oh, Juan. Well, goodbye. And he just like scoops him up and chucks him over the rail.
Oh my god.
Poor Juan.
Gross.
Here's my favorite, but I'm already. I'm almost forgetting his face already. What was I saying?
Probably not a bad thing you're forgetting his face. It was kind of disgusting.
It's kind of not there anymore.
This moonbeam. Does it have an off?
I don't know. Maybe. Why should I turn it off?
If we could do disco if you want.
Would it be easier for us to move the boat out from under it? Would that be more convenient for you?
Just you're going. There's
Maybe.
Just, like, there's a burn path. Like it just takes out some of the railings too. Like.
Fine.
Wait, no, hold on.
I'll turn it off.
We have to 3-point turn it.
But you be careful, so it comes right back on. And you
Oh,
go
I'm
bye
sure
bye.
it does.
You go bye bye.
Clap on.
Clap off.
It looks over at Drumstick. Have you ever considered a career in piracy? You have the
Don't
build
get
for
him
it.
started.
No, because I would never steal a house. Or
What?
I mean, what is it?
We do not steal houses.
Sorry,
We occasionally take ships.
I was trying to think of the anti-piracy commercials that they had. You wouldn't steal a house, or you wouldn't download a house. So why would you download?
Maybe
a movie?
I would
You
download a
would
house.
if you have a large enough 3D printer.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I have never thought of doing such a thing because, one, your line of work is not very
Fun?
not very honest, and I'm from a soldier background. I can tell you that well, from a more militaristic kind of background, I one would not make it here, and two probably would go insane probably in the first 2 days and probably murder everyone on here. Just saying.
Honesty and murdering are two things I look for in an employee.
Okay, can I insight that to actually see?
Go for it.
Fucking, I don't believe you. An 8.
He is very honesty and murdering are two very important skills for a pirate. You cannot lie to your captain. That breaks down the natural order of things. And the murdering, that almost goes without saying that sometimes we murder.
Well,
Did
there's
you
also-
murder the captain before you?
That was a thing we decided not to talk about, remember?
That's true.
No.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm a cow. I'm meant for the land. Sorry, I'm not meant for the sea here. So
You're not a sea cow?
I'm not a sea cow.
But you could be.
No,
But you could be.
absolutely not.
Look at you. I thought of you going up over onto the rail of an opposing ship. They would just hand us money.
Yeah, but
You were
Minotaurs
like
can't.
a gold mine with hooves.
But according to 92 people on Twitter, I can't swim, so no, I'm not going
I
to.
don't want you swimming.
I don't know. That would
I
actually
want
be
you
pretty
jumping onto
terrifying.
the deck of other ships and bringing me money.
Imagine if I
Could you
could swim.
imagine
Pirating.
Can you
just a
imagine if I could?
minotaur swimming towards you with a fucking axe coming out of the water?
Donna,
just like-
Donna, Donna.
Da-da-da-da.
Or a walk on
Both
water
hands
spell we
holding
can
the
give
axe
him.
above water so it doesn't get wet.
Better yet, I don't know if this is an actual thing in D&D, but like a walk on water spell with a
Level 3
minotaur,
spell.
just booking it
Mhm.
across the water at you. holding an axe. Now I wish one of us had that, because that would have been fucking beautiful.
Oh, God, that would have been art. Imagine spider climbing, like.
I was gonna say water walk plus spider climb is just like run across the bay and up the side of the ship. Ta-da!
Here's Johnny.
Bet that wasn't in your plans.
I'm pretty sure a orb of darkness and also a moonbeam was also not in their plans either. But
So, what do you think the chances are that Captain Rizzo is going to come up with a compensation package for Droomstick that you would find tempting?
I really don't want anything to do with this, so I'm just gonna be existing and breathing.
All right. So your experience in hell has taught you something.
I'm
Do not make fucking contracts.
I'm not making deals with the devil. That's for sure. Fuck that. I've already sold my soul once. I'm not selling it again.
Mhm.
All right. Warren,
You'll get an
Ophelia,
IOU.
Lestara. By the time you get back to your ship, there's a lot of people up on the rail watching you come in. They had seen quite a bit of this, and like just as you're like climbing up onto the deck of the ship, you can see the moonbeam sputter out, and finally end several minutes later.
Oh my god.
So it went well. You're missing two.
Oh yeah, they're back there babysitting the survivors. We brought you this stuff that apparently is valuable.
The repair materials.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll hasten our repairs by a lot.
Now I need to go back and get the other two before they decide to sink the other ship. How much would you say all this is actually worth? If you were going to go in a port and get the stuff yourself, what's the going rate?
Most of what we're carrying.
Well, just the rigging,
Hold
the,
on.
the supplies I brought back. Yeah.
We're not carrying very much at all.
No, I know that, but if you were to go back and this rigging that we brought you from the other ship, what would that run?
I mean, the value of the rigging.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 gold pieces, but I don't have that.
Okay. No, I just wanted to
Give me one of those insight checks you're so good at.
sure. How good am I at those these days? Oh, plus 11. Neat. That's going to be a dirty 20 then.
All right. He's hiding all sorts of things when it comes to like he's being really evasive about the cargo.
Okay. That's suspicious, but I don't know if we want to get into his smuggling contraband until we're at least away from the pirate ship. Okay, yeah. Thanks. You guys finish up with the repairs. We got to go pick up the other two, and then we'll be back. You guys are good?
Okay. Yeah. With this, we'll be ready to sail on the morning tide.
Great. Okay. Then we'll be right back, and I'm going to row back to the ship.
All right. Lestara, Ophelia, you still on board for all this, or are you getting off with the...
No, I'll tag along. This
Okay.
is amusing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as well.
All right. He's already shouting. The captain of your ship's already shouting off orders for materials and supplies to go various directions. Maybe a half hour has passed by the time you get back to the pirate ship. After 30 minutes of this guy trying to sales pitch Drumstick, where do you think that conversation is at 30 minutes later?
God, he's still fucking trying.
Oh yeah. He's using every sales technique he knows. He's asking probing questions. He's trying to list, benefits, not features. He's good at this. He's taken all of the trainings.
I'm basically in a faraway corner. He's still thinking he's talking to me. I'm just in another corner, just kind of sleeping at this point.
Auto nod doing a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
I've climbed halfway up the mast at this point.
It's like, oh,
to get away.
Yeah, this thing starts with the letter Q. There are 3 Q's in this word.
What is Netherese for ox?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and when I get up there again, I'm just gonna say, okay.
On the top of the mast.
Welcome back.
Yes, here to pick up the kids.
Dad.
Go
Excuse me?
The technical term is hostage.
I feel like you guys are probably more hostages than they
I don't
were,
know.
but-
He was talking to Drumstick the entire time doing a sales pitch.
Yeah, I was.
As I slide down the mast with one nice.
So now you're his agent? Should I have been talking to you the entire time?
He's already taken.
And here I thought you guys were pirates, but it turns out you're a headhunter. Trying to recruit my guys.
How else do you think I get crew?
All right.
Don't you dare say biting them. That would be rude.
We are rats, I swear to God. If we ever run into them again. Okay, look. Drumstick Blaze, get in the boat. I'll talk to the
Yes.
captain.
Thank God.
I'm going to take the captain aside. Say, listen. 200 gold is ridiculous. I will give you 100 gold. And then you guys can sit here until we leave. I don't know what you're going to do, but you'll have 100 gold. That should keep everyone happy.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, that is going to be... Ooh, that's a good roll. 24. See, I'm good at persuasion, not intimidation.
I think I can work with... I mean, with Juan dead, and I don't even know what those 2 guys' names were, but they're also dead. I don't
You
have
can
to
kill a
pay
few
as
more.
many people. I think I can make this work. It is excellent doing business with you.
Okay, then I will pay him 100 gold in gems.
Okay, so give me 3 small gems.
Yeah.
I will make this work.
I have faith in your captaincy.
I don't.
And with that,
when
we got to
you-
get out of here. If you guys...
As you walk off towards the boat, you hear Captain Rizzo discussing the possibility of murdering crew to get fewer ships, so he can stretch this far enough to make this work out.
Hey, I mean, if he wants to do our work for us, that's fine. All right, yeah. You guys have fun. Think of it as a little vacation out here on the ocean while we leave you behind. I hope we never see you again.
I would enjoy being in your acquaintance once again. It is both profitable and pleasurable.
Okay.
If we see you again, I'm not letting you live.
I will do my best to remember your name.
Ew.
Ratto?
And he just does one of those fake arrow to the heart fallback sort of thing.
Oh.
I can put a real arrow there.
And with that, I'll just jump back into the rowboat and let's get out of here.
All right.
Fine.
The next morning, and 100 gold pieces light, your ship is ready to set sail. sails are raised, anchors are pulled up, and you go gliding out the channel past this sailless pirate ship. On the deck of the pirate ship is Captain Rizzo waving a hanky in the air, saying goodbye to his new friend.
I mean, hey, you never know when we're gonna run into pirates again, and
We're
maybe.
close enough that I can just shoot an arrow at the side of their ship.
Yeah, you just like send them a warning shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. In front of them, over their heads,
Like right at his feet.
Okay, so you wanted to hit near him.
Yeah.
Alright, that's
Just
going to
for shit.
require an attack roll.
Da, da, da. +7. That is a 15 + 7.
Okay. So, you haven't used your bow in a while. So you go and you pull that back, and you kind of like aim up and catch the wind just right, let the arrow fly. And it goes sailing across the 300-400 feet of distance and plunks into the map about 3 feet away from Rizzo's head. And he just you see him like look up at it and shout, "I will treasure it always!"
Oh god.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna do just fine.
Oh, they're gonna be
Tre-
dead before
I
the
will
week is out.
treasure it always.
Something
So
on the
yeah,
island will eat them.
not long after that, you leave that ship behind you and are on your way south towards Baldur's. And that gives us a great place to stop for the evening.
Gross.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
That gave me some laughs I desperately needed today. Work was work.
Yeah.
We redefine essential these days, apparently.
Yeah.
Should you want to track me down, Evil Sales Ass on Twitter is the best place to do so. I welcome distraction from the apocalypse right now, please. So on that happy note, let's just go directly to Jen, who hasn't been here for a while.
Oh, Jesus fuck. You can find me on Twitter at SummonerXI. Shit's hitting the fan in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and someone's feeding trolls.
No, I'm not. Yes, I am. You can come watch me feed all the trolls. And we'll pass it off to Nick.
Alright, Blue Aura 94YT on Twitter and just Blue Aura 94 everywhere else. I'm living life. I'm playing lots of Animal Crossing, so
Yeet!
catch me
Yeet!
doing that. Other than that, that's my life. I'll pass it off to go to Jess now.
Hi, I have a pair of scissors. Once again, I went to do my intro. We're doing
Oh.
great with these outros, man.
You're doing
Are
amazing.
they special scissors that you get angry if someone else uses?
These are my kind of all scissors
Okay.
that I use to cut mock-ups and paper. I have my really fancy scissors that I use for normal fabric over there. But yes, if anybody else uses my scissors, I get mad anyway. You can find me at Sweet Ninetails on Twitter and Instagram. I am currently working on cosplay stuff once again, and playing fuck tons of Animal Crossing. It's Animal Crossing, and
Yeah.
unfortunately still working because I actually work in an essential business.
You are. And
Legitimately.
we thank you for your service.
Granted, the front store at CVS should be closed. Flat out.
That is
Nobody
true.
needs to come in and buy fucking hair color. You come into my store and buy hair color and makeup, I'm literally going to smash your things against the counter.
$5 pack of
I'm gonna
notebooks.
shank you with
Yeah.
those scissors she's holding.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, why? I don't understand. Like, you're supposed to stay
We
home.
promised ourselves we wouldn't get off on this rant during the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, jeez,
So,
Jess.
Sorry. You know, I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
Been angry.
You're gonna whack yourself in the face with those scissors.
I am actually farther away from my face than it probably looks. I'm gonna pass it off to. Has Nick went? Nick went.
I already
Sky.
went, yep.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Sky. You can follow me on Fizzle. Wow.
Fizzle wow.
Whistle. At Fizzle Whistle on Twitter and pretty much any other social media. Currently, I'm also just playing Animal Crossing, and I'll put my Switch code on my Twitter so you guys can follow.
Find me.
We should probably just put that information in the Twitch chat for those who have Switches and want to give that information out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fizzle
Nick.
wow.
Fizzle wow. All right, I'll pass this off to Oliver.
I am. Yeah, I'm Oliver. I'm also still working. I'm not retail, however, so my experience has been a little bit different than everyone else's. But I guess I'm also playing some Animal Crossing. Probably not as much as everyone else. Everyone else is leaving me behind in the dust.
I don't
I
own
am
Animal
playing
Crossing
absolutely
yet.
zero Animal
Yeah,
Crossing because I've been playing
zero.
Stellaris instead.
Big 0 for Animal Crossing.
And other than that, I have not been anywhere because I'm never anywhere except for the Carpe Nerdus Discord.
Sometimes.
Link down below. I'm always there. It's just
Not in
gotta
the
add
Do
on.
you lurk?
Not when you're offline, you're not.
Is he ever offline?
Yeah, he does go offline when he goes to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 3 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
I don't go to bed that late anymore.
Remember those days?
In any case, I can be found there.
Ow.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well,
Which is a safe place to find anyone right now because,
Yeah.
as we all know, stay at home, wash your hands, and don't be a
Social-
dick.
social
Yeah,
fucking
come practice.
distance.
Come practice social distancing with us in the Discord.
Yes, yes. And until then, shut it down.
Have a great
Shut it
night,
down.
everyone.